Saving a quarter a day is $10,000 at the end of the year. Let that sink in.
Float that shit out because that's not even close to true. A quarter a day times 365 days. $91, you dumb bitch.
Well, one, no one's saving money. That's the first problem. No one be saving money when they should save money. But in order to get to 10,000 or even more a year, you have to save $1,000. So if you save $1,000 a month for 12 months, that's $12,000. That's 2,000 more than she said. Because a quarter a day for 30 days, it's not going to add up to $1,000. Obviously, if it did, we all be saving a quarter a day and have $1,000 at the end of the month, which we can just save every month, obviously, and then by the end of the year we'll have $12,000. Now, I encourage people to try to save 500, 1,000. Try to save as much as possible. Look at what you're spending. Most of y'all are spending about $500 to $1,000 a month in extra expenses, not in bills and rent and things of that nature, right? Important stuff, on extra stuff. Even your food, especially with tariffs and so that food prices going up, y'all are spending more. Since y'all don't want to buy cheaper things, y'all want to still buy your Starbucks and all these other things that y'all used to buying that used to be cheap and now they cost more, but you're still buying them while they're costing more. Now you have less money than you used to. If you start buying cheaper things, you will have money. So the idea is that people are not spending less so that way they can have more. That way you can stack it up and at the end of the year have money. Here's another thing people don't do. When they do their taxes and actually get money back from taxes, they don't put that money towards an investment like a CD account or dividend stock or into anything that could make you money, like start your own business. Use that money to promote a product. Like let's say you're selling some stuff on eBay. I'd be surprised you get like $1,000, $2,000 tax return, and you don't put that into promoting your eBay store. $1,000 into promoting your eBay store should definitely bring you in money. It first off, it should definitely get you your $1,000 back, so you can keep using $1,000 to keep promoting your stuff. Especially if you are making some money, because if you're making no money, I understand you don't want to spend money on something that's not making money. But once it starts making money without you spending money, that's when you start spending money. Right? So I'm just giving you all the gems here. This is what rich people do. I should know, but that's for another conversation. The point is, a lot of y'all don't save money for the purpose of having an opportunity to be able to put it towards something that can make you more money. Because you might have some way of making money. Like let's say I don't know, let's say you start selling weaves or something. Like you start selling something, maybe some wigs for cosplaying or something, and but your videos, your posts are not getting a lot of views, so you're not getting a lot of customers. Well, if you spend money on promoting on these platforms, you will get more views, more customers. Common sense. This is how business works. For y'all who don't know how business works, that's how it works. You need to get what you're trying to sell in front of your audience, in front of your potential customers, which means you got to put your product in front of everybody. And the problem is a lot of y'all not. A lot of y'all hoping y'all go viral, for free and stuff like that. Like that's nice and all. If that happens, good luck, right? But that's more luck than anything. Granted, all these platforms are rigged, so it's less luck, more of the platforms decide who to make famous, but that's besides the point. That's for another conversation. The point is don't let that, don't let things you can't control you, control what you're doing. So you have control. So saving money is you having control. You investing money is you having control. The problem is a lot of y'all have no control. It's called lack of self-control. Because a lot of y'all hate the idea of being controlled by the government or men or women or somebody else. It's like, yeah, but a lot of y'all are not even in self-control. A lot of y'all don't even have self-control. That's why a lot of y'all are overweight. That's why a lot of y'all are broke, because y'all don't have self-control. At least have that. I understand. You don't want to be controlled by someone else. That's fine. but at least control yourself. A lot of y'all don't have no self-control. Y'all don't control yourselves. Y'all think y'all control yourselves, but y'all actually don't. You're out of control. So it's better to be under self-control than to be out of control. And yes, it's better to be under self-control than to be under controlled by someone else, right? Because if you're under control by someone else, more likely they're not controlling you for your benefit. They're controlling you for their benefit, right? So by having self-control, you're controlling yourself ideally for your own benefit, right? For your own good benefit. But that's the thing. I know some people who could be living better lives, but they choose to live the shitty life they're living by not taking any advice from people like me or anyone else who's trying to help them do better, to at least have some self-control, but they don't. The only thing they control is their dedication to poor decision making instead of getting rid of their bad decision making and start learning how to make better decisions, like saving money. Like I said, if you can save $1,000 a month, that's 12,000 at the end of the year. But if you don't save money, you can't, whatever reasons you have, and you can't, but you do collect tax at the end of the year, that's money you can put towards a goal. A lot of people don't even think about, like, oh man, I notice I get 2,000 or 4,000 when I do my taxes. Maybe I should put that into something. That's one moment where I have a lot of money all at one time, and I didn't even have to work hours per se to get it at that time. Because at that time, when you get the taxes, you already got paid. You already did your job. You already got paid. You paid bills and stuff. So this 4,000 or whatever amount you get from doing your taxes, that's just extra money, technically, right? At least it's extra at that time. It's like, okay, this is extra money. I already paid my bills and stuff like that. So I don't need to spend this money. Exactly, you don't need to. A lot of people will make excuses to do so, but you don't. Oh, I got credit card bills. I got this, that, that. Like, fuck them. Fuck them. Like, fuck them. Like Bernie Mac says, fuck them. That shit can wait. That shit can wait until you're rich, and then you can pay it off when you're rich. The problem, this is part of why a lot of y'all stay poor, because y'all too busy thinking of how to get rid of money instead of how to keep money and how to make more of it. That's the difference between rich and poor. That's why I'm not like the rest of y'all.